China, I say this to you with love. Please stop saying the N-word in your song. Oh, sorry. Like, before y'all stop with this, oh, she's so black. I know that China is a black British woman. I'm fully aware. The problem is that China has a very, very thick British accent, okay? And that's actually what makes China's music so likable. It's so cunty and it's so tea because of that thick British accent. However, okay? However, when you take that thick ass British accent and you say the N word, sister, I'm telling you, I'ma hold your hand when I tell you this. That shit is cringy as fuck, and I want you to stop saying that. Honestly, I feel that way about all black Brits. Honestly, I really do. I really do feel like if you're not Black American, you really should not be saying the N word because the N word is an aspect and is exclusive to African American culture. I'm telling you, but you can do what you want because I know that that's what y'all do. But I'm telling you, as a black woman to black woman, I'm not even talking to China. I'm talking to just black Brits in general. When y'all say the N word, y'all sound weird as fuck, bro. That shit is cringy as fuck, bro. I really, it's like, it's just like, it's like almost kind of triggering as a Black American, Jamaican American, as we've already established, half Jamaican, half American. I can tell you that when y'all say when people who are outside of African American culture say the N word, I don't give a fuck if you black or not. It's cringy, bro. It's cringy, and you sound stupid. You sound dumb as fuck when y'all say nigga. Y'all don't even say it right. That goes for my African brothers and sisters too. Stop saying it. It's not even because it's not even also like, oh, I'm offended. My feelings is hurt. I'm telling you that you sound silly. You feel me? All up. I'm trying to get into this new China song, and it's hard for me to get into it when she says the N word. I'm like, ooh, stop saying it like that. It feels like a goddamn gnat that flew into my ear every time I hear you say that. I had to get that off my chest. But other than that, you did that, bitch. I'm trying. I just have to be real. I'm a real bitch. I had to be honest. Am I the only one?
It's when I lapisa, it's mar. Like always, when like it's there's always something about you. You're always nganjina. Ukom, like it's okay to express your feelings, your thoughts, and stuff like that. You told us when you were talking about Jackie Aina, right? You told us that it's okay to speak your opinion. You're not going to police people. Yeah. I think the policing in America gets into your head. Now you think that you can police everyone. That's the problem with Americans. Latina, Lina, Labora, right? Something about you that says I am annoying without even speaking too much, but you just do that effortlessly.
So over the weekend, I said that it makes me uncomfortable when black people outside of the United States use the N-word. And to be clear, I never said that y'all could not use the word. I never said to stop using the word. I never said don't use the N-word, black Brits, black Canadians, black Jamaicans, or what have you. I never said that. All I said was that it makes me uncomfortable. I asked politely for y'all to just reconsider how it makes black American people feel, right? Okay, cool. So fast forward now, there's a bunch of black people from all over the world in my comment section telling black Americans to shut the fuck up and go fry some chicken.
You started it.
Okay, but yet I'm the one that's divisive and unnecessary. Do you see what the problem is? Like, do you see? And my question to you, and again, this is one of my mutuals, so I'm asking you respectfully, when exactly were we ever united? Like like I said in previous videos, black Americans, we do not have allies in the African diaspora. We don't. Because as you can see in the comment section of this video, we're being told to shut the fuck up, go fry some chicken. We're being told to go take our fucking braids out of our hair. We're being told that we don't know where we come from. All kinds of shit from black people. Okay? And then you wonder why we don't want y'all using the word. You wonder why we fucking cringe at the sound of y'all using this word. Do you see what the problem is? The problem is not us. The problem did not start with us. Black Americans establishing boundaries and telling y'all how we fucking feel is not the problem. The problem is that y'all do not respect black American culture. You do not respect, I'm not talking to you specifically, I'm just talking in general. Y'all do not respect black American people. Y'all think that our culture is nothing more than a trend, and y'all don't look at us as actual human beings. And I want to be clear, not every American feels the way I do. Black Americans, we're not a monolith. There are some black Americans who don't give a fuck. As you can see, they're in the comment section. But there are also some black Americans who do. respected. We deserve to be held out, and I just don't like that that you specifically, or just this narrative that us sharing our thoughts is being described as unnecessary and divisive. I don't like that shit. I'm sorry. Like, respectfully, it's a little. I could say so much more, but yeah, no, I'm not. No, absolutely.
I mean, you started this and then you want to be a victim. Do you understand? You need to pick a struggle. It's either you're a victim or you're a bumboos. Like the BYBULLY. You need to pick that. It's either your dad or you're a victim. You can't police people and say they should unite with you based on what you're saying. They're not. I mean, it's crap what you're saying. It's absolute nonsense. Okay? The same way you have freedom of choice to say whatever you want to say, others have the freedom of choice to say whatever they want to say. Since you started this whole thing, you don't like how it's dished out and now you want to play the victim. That's the problem with Americans. It's so annoying. Yes, it's just so annoying.
She's saying she's not calling you a slur. She's saying it to you. All right, y'all. My bad. So when... My bad, y'all. She is not calling me the N-word, y'all. She just saying it to me. My bad. Like, how it works over the pond? They just be saying the N-word to you? They not calling you that? Oh, okay. And then it's like, if you're so proud of the word, why don't you call yourself that? Why are you saying it? Like, why don't you refer to yourself as the N-word? Since it's such a proud term, since you're such a proud why don't you, like, it's just like, almost like it's a slur. It's almost like you don't want to be called that, but you want to call other people that. Like, girl, why are y'all trying to gaslight me? This girl said that she's screaming the N-word at the top of her lungs. The fuck? Like, now, oh no, well, she wasn't screaming it at you. She was just screaming it. Girl, that's some punk ass shit. Honestly, like, I'm sorry, that throw your rock and hide your hand ass shit. I don't respect that. I would respect it if you just called me a slur. Just say it with your chest. Don't say it and scream it and then say that, oh, well, I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't calling you that. I was just saying it. That's some punk ass shit. I'm sorry. That's scary as fuck. That's how you know we not cut from the same cloth, because if I'm gonna say something, if I'm gonna say it, bitch, I'm gonna say it. Like, you would be better off if you just say, yeah, bitch, I did call you the N-word, and what? But y'all can't even say that. Like, it's almost as if you're ashamed. It's almost as if it's a derogatory term and you're using it with intentions of being derogatory. I said what I said, she said what the fuck she said. Don't try to rewrite history. Scary ass.
I'll be real. I genuinely feel like we should just, like, ban African Americans from talking on this. Well, not in general. I'm saying specifically in these situations, because it's like, you might just talk for the sake of talking. You even go on to say Africans as well. The original niggas. Yeah.
Black Europeans, more specifically Black British people, say the N-word, nigga please. And if that makes any African American watching this uncomfortable, then of course I won't say it around you. Luckily, I won't really have much of an issue doing that because we're not exactly on the same side of the pond. But that unfortunately doesn't make this any less of a nonsensical, stupid argument. Because something that most African Americans for some reason aren't able to grasp is that racism is not solely an American issue. That means, yes, more specifically, the N-word has been used in a dehumanizing way against Black people throughout the entire diaspora, not just Americans. And I've said this on my other page, but I'll hold your hand to do so, baby girl. Black African Americans are not the only or main English-speaking Black people on this planet. That means, yes, Black people throughout the diaspora have faced discrimination laws, slavery, mistreatment, and of course, the full brunt of white supremacy. Hell, I can't even fully blame you guys because it's probably not even taught in your schools, but are you aware that Black people were slaves in the United Kingdom? Yeah, the United Kingdom also had slaves. So please, before you start this nonsensical blabber, please remember that racist America would not be able to exist if racist Great Britain didn't birth it. Where do you think all the racist ancestors in America came from? A large majority of them came from Europe, and an even greater amount of them came from the United Kingdom, came from Great Britain. So can Black British people say the N-word?
Okay, these are my final thoughts on this whole N-word debacle, and then after that, I'm ready for us to move on. If you don't know, I made a video, and I pretty much said that it makes me uncomfortable when Black Brits use the N-word. And as a result, I'm being called the N-word, being told to go fry some chicken, being told to go pick some cotton, and a whole bunch of other racist, bigoted stuff. I also said in my original video that the way we use the N-word is exclusive to African American culture, and I'm going to stand on that. Let me elaborate for the stupid people in the back. The N-word with the hard R was used originally against all black people to dehumanize black people, correct? Black Americans were the first to take that word and repurpose it and use it as a term of endearment. We were the first people to do that. That is what makes it a part of our culture. When Black Americans use the word and call each other my N-word, we're saying it like, you know, my brethren, my brother, my sister, my person, my people, something like that. We're using it as a uplifting term. We're not using it as a way to degrade people. And I'm telling you that when Black British people say the N-word, it doesn't feel like y'all are using it as a term of endearment. It doesn't feel like y'all are saying it from a space of like love. It feels like you're using it the way white people use it. And as you can see in the comments, y'all are literally calling me the N-word like white people do. That's weird. You're proving my point. A lot of y'all are bigots. And that's why we don't want you using the word. Now, some Black American people don't give a fuck. That's fine. But this Black American person does. And so, yeah, it is what it is. I said what I said. So, to be clear, the N-word is not exclusive to the Black American culture. No, it is not. However, us using the word and repurposing the word and using it as a term of endearment, that is exclusive to our culture. That is an aspect of our culture that other people outside of Black America started adopting once they saw us making it cool, once they saw us making it acceptable, which you could say about a lot of aspects of Black American culture, if we're being honest, but y'all not ready for that conversation. And just because you started adopting something that you saw another group of people doing, that does not make it a part of your culture. We were the first. So to be clear, Black Americans are not gatekeeping the N-word, but if we were, we wouldn't be wrong because that is an aspect of our culture. We were the originators. We were the first ones to make it cool. We were the first ones to make it acceptable. So if we wanted to gatekeep it, we would not be wrong. The fuck? And if you want to say, well, nobody should be using the word, that's fine. And that's a conversation that could be had for another day. But that's not what we're talking about right now. Right now, we're talking about how Black British people using it and how it makes me feel uncomfortable. And y'all are proving my point by calling me the N-word, by telling me to go fry chicken. Y'all are bigots. Y'all are using the N-word the way it was originally intended. Y'all are using the N-word like how colonizers use the N-word. And you sound like a colonizer when you do it. And then you wonder why I don't like it when y'all say it. Child boom, kiss the blackest part of my ass. I said what the fuck I said. Bye.
This is okay. This is a conversation. I'm not taking anything personal. And if what I said caused you to feel dismissed, then that was not my intention, and I'm sorry about that. But I'm actually standing behind what I said. Because this conversation, at least between me and you, starts with you telling that European Black rapper, I forgot her name, to not use that word in her language, in her vocabulary. And with this new video, you're saying that you are only attempting to express how African Americans feel when other Black people use that word. And that's fine. Your feelings are fine. You get to feel whatever you want. But what I'm saying is you don't have the right to tell people to stop using that word because it is not an African American word. It's not AAVE, nor does it belong specifically to African American, as it's been used to dehumanize and brutalize Black people globally. I won't steer from the fact that African Americans popularized the word, but that's also where the word was mainly concentrated. African Americans live in direct connection and alignment to their oppressors, and their oppressors hated African Americans, so they were constantly using that word to dehumanize African Americans. Whereas, for example, it's different in Haiti, right? Because Haiti's a Black republic. But even Haitians, if you're in some corners of Haiti, you will be victimized to that word. And even if it's in a language that you may not understand, because if somebody walks up to you and you don't speak English and calls you a stupid black monkey idiot, does it deter the actual insult that they threw at you? No, it doesn't. You just didn't understand what it means. And that's a very common phenomenon, whether you want to believe that or not. Again, I cannot steer from the facts that there are plenty of Black demographics within the diaspora that constantly point at African Americans and tell them that they have no culture. And sure, this conversation can align a bit with what you're saying, but it's a different conversation in itself. It doesn't apply here because the N-word is merely part of African American culture. It is not, in turn, all of African American culture, and correct me if I'm wrong there. The reason being because unfortunately, it's become part of a lot of Black demographics culture, a word that's become understood to a lot of Black demographics, especially those living next alongside to their oppressors. So African Americans, but also Black British people, also Black Arab people, also Black Asian people. And just because the word was concentrated in the Americas, it doesn't mean that it wasn't used elsewhere, like in Brazil. It is quite popular in Brazil, but we don't think about that, do we? Brazil has a very high concentration of Black people, but they're not the biggest population there, and they still get victimized to that word. As for saying that African Americans have no allies in the diaspora, that's like an online subject. I don't think that subject could be really referenced outside without somebody quickly affirming the bias in that. Because in the outside world, we still have our issues and we still have our problems, but things are not as heavily concentrated and derogative as they are online. In the outside world, the Black diaspora mingles far better and easier than they do in the online world, because TikTok is a platform of sharing thoughts, and some of these thoughts are not often acceptable. And although shared by many, TikTok is not necessarily the place that people come to affirm the connection between the diaspora. So are there significant woes that African Americans face within the diaspora? Yes. Do they get pointed at constantly by others telling them that they have no culture? Yes. But is that how every single individual from every single Black demographic thinks? No, because like you said, African Americans are not a monolith. Neither are these other Black people. Being African American does not automatically mean you're going to face awful experiences with other Black demographics in your personal life, because this has a lot to do with the lack of education of people, especially about their cultures. Similarly, if I hold on to your concept about the realities of the problems of the diaspora, I could feel the same as a Haitian. While sure, Haitians are not told that they have no culture and that their culture is shit, they are quite often dehumanized by other Black demographics. Being the worst country, the poorest country, Haitians eat people, Haitians worship the devil. All of these things are constantly said about Haiti by non-Haitians, Haitians too, but by non-Haitians as well. Specifically non-Haitians that are Black. Are they fucked up? Absolutely. Does that mean that every single person who's not Black, who's not Haitian but Black thinks that way? No. I wasn't trying to dismiss you, and I'm not taking this personally. This is a conversation. The N-word is part of, unfortunately, Black culture. So long as somebody's victimized by it, you cannot tell them what to do with that. An example would be, God forbid, you and I both get hit by the same car. You lose your ability to walk, I lose part of my left arm. Another victim of car accidents starts an organization to help victims of car accidents. We can both agree that you got the worst of it. Hell yeah, you lost your ability to walk, but I should not be deterred from joining this club and organization for victims of car accidents just because I lost part of my left arm. You lost your legs, and that is valid. We can recognize that that is terrifying, that is awful, that is crazy, that is huge, that's bigger than my arm. But we can also recognize that with my lost arm, I have my woes too. That is the conversation about the N-word. Nothing more than that. The other conversation about African Americans being deterred from their culture and people telling African Americans that they have no culture is an important conversation to have, but I don't think it connects as much as we're trying to make it connect here. One last thing. Somebody in your comments said that if Black Americans or African Americans didn't popularize the N-word, it would have never been popular. That's not necessarily true. We've seen throughout different ethnicities, groups, and racial demographics that slurs used against them is often popularized as a way of getting back what they took from them. I just believe that it was concentrated in African American communities for obvious reasons, and because you guys turned it into something powerful, other people were probably drawn to it, but saying that this would have never happened with another demographic is a slippery slope. Doesn't really add up. But yeah, those are my thoughts. And again, if you feel dismissed by this, I'm not trying to dismiss you. I genuinely don't understand the concept behind what was happening though.